Hello and welcome to another Behind the Scenes on Sea of Thieves. Today I'm joined by Senior Designer Shelley Preston and Senior Engineer Stu Milne. And we are talking all about the Harpoon gun. So why did we choose to do the Harpoon gun?
Well, the Harpoon's been something that we've had in mind for a really long time. We had it back on our Unity prototype, I'm sure you remember. And now, just like with the anniversary being this celebration of Sea of Thieves with all these amazing features coming in, just felt like the perfect time to add another tool for players to use in the world, something to enrich their journey and to change the way that they create their stories in the game.
And what were some of the technical challenges with that, Stu?
As soon as you introduce physics or playing with physics in the world, all sorts of fun immediately happens. So the first thing that happens in a pirate ship game is you invent flying pirate ships. So initially, I think when we started the Harpoon work, a lot of that challenge was around taming the physics and making sure that it's still fun, but it doesn't entirely lose control.
And so I guess it has to work in a realistic way, right? And well, in a believable way, in that if a galleon tethers a sloop, the galleon's going to pull it, right? Because it weighs more than the sloop.
Yeah, absolutely, that's right. We're reasoning about the masses of ships, how many kilograms things weigh. Rowboats turned out to be surprisingly heavy in our game, which was one of the more amusing moments as a rowboat pulled a galleon off into the sunset. We fixed that now. So yeah, absolutely. We're trying to keep that intuitive feel. It's really important that the size of things, the weight of things matches up to the player's expectation.
And we've seen in the content update video that we did that we're able to kind of almost slingshot around rocks and things. How does it all work with the whole reeling things in?
So when you fire the Harpoon gun out, if it hits something that it can harpoon on, there's kind of two things that can happen. If you hit like a ship or a rock, it'll embed into it, and then obviously that just acts as a tether then. And so if you kind of lock the Harpoon, you can keep the length stable and you can use it almost as an advanced kind of slingshot around. Or you can reel it in as well. You can press the left trigger to reel in so you can get closer to the item, or if it's something smaller than you can bring it closer to you. But then there are other items as well that just immediately come in. So this is where chests and players and basically any shiny trinkety stuff or barrels, if you harpoon those, they'll just immediately be retracted in and be stuck to the end of the harpoon, and then you can grab them or you can interact with the barrel and take the stuff out of it.
Yeah. And I saw during the development of this, there was some concern about the kind of aiming of that. So how did we come across those challenges and what did we do about them?
Yeah, well, I think when we first put it in, right, it was just like it worked, but it was so hard to actually hit things that were floating in the water. So we did add some assistance on that, but it's turned out quite subtle, and we're really happy with how it turned out, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think when we first did it, we maybe had one person on the team who could reliably hit things, again, in moving water over the network. So we've created, like Shelley says, subtle aim assist that just helps you out. You don't really notice it, but hopefully you find that more often than not, when you're trying to hit something, you do indeed hit something.
And when we have something as complex as the Harpoon gun, we try to get it out to our insider audience before that. So what were some of the things that were unexpected that appeared from our insiders testing it?
The Spider-Manning, the ships. I don't think it was entirely unexpected, but the extent of it, like players were harpooning up onto rocks, and then like we hadn't quite got the weight and physics stuff right, and you could winch your ship up rocks, which was unintended. We weren't quite sure of the extent of it, right, until we put it in Insiders.
Yeah, it was, I think, the highest mountain in the world. Immediately, it seemed like every single insider had climbed that mountain on a galleon and then barreled down the island. Yeah. But I was surprised by just the almost 50-50 split of love and hate for this feature. Some people, this is the greatest feature we've ever had in Sea of Thieves. We must be able to Spider-Man ships everywhere. Other people, this is a bit daft. This is silly. Can you chill out, please?
And so what are some of the things you expect to see happen now that we're introducing the Harpoon? At the same time, we're introducing Arena, which is obviously a more kind of competitive mode, as well as into the adventure mode. What are some of the things you expect to see happen in those?
Well, obviously, like in Arena, we expect to see it used in a combat-like scenario, players being able to winch other ships in, but also you can actually take treasure from other people's ships or even directly out of their hands. So expecting to see some super cool moments with that as well.
What about yourself, Stu? Anything you expect to see that you're excited to see?
It's such a sandbox tool, right? I think there's going to be surprises there, but I'm probably most excited to see the stuff I haven't thought of, right? Especially when it comes to kind of advanced competitive play, the strategies and things players are going to come up with yanking players out of water and the things they do with chests and whatnot. It's going to be those surprises, right?
Sweet. Well, thank you very much for your time, and I'm sure everyone's super excited to get their hands on the Harpoon gun when it releases on April 30th as part of the anniversary update. Cheers. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, if you liked what you saw, then there's a wealth of content already on our channel and there's lots more to come, so subscribe and click that little ship's bell for all those notifications. Cheers.